is Wednesday, May 28th. We're almost to the end of the May. And this is the Same as a Beer podcast live here on Twitch. We are also live on YouTube. If you want to chat with me, go to Sammy's and Beer on Twitch. If you want to chat with Thomas, go to Sammy's and Beer on YouTube. Please feel free to give us all your thoughts and opinions. If they're good, we might even just read them live while we're chatting and either tell you how big of a genius you are or maybe tell you how big of a dumbass you are.
It's usually the latter.
Well, that's pretty much what we do to each other the whole time. So, with me as always is Dumbass numero uno. That's
me.
Spanish for dumbass number one.
Is it? Wow. Look at me learning culture
Tomas
history.
Rincon.
I'm so impressed and proud.
You should be.
And you're already
It's not.
blurring.
It is not easy to be number one in anything. So.
I feel like there's probably an easy world record out there that I could beat.
I guarantee you there is not.
I could probably, like, it would hurt, but I could.
With how many YouTube channels there are, people have already studied this, gone through it all.
I could probably beat one.
Like what? What do you think you could beat? What's one record that you're like, I could do this really well?
Not that I could do it really well, it's that I could do it, right? Like, I could get through it.
Okay.
Like.
Okay. What?
Okay.
Could you eat the world's hottest pepper?
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. So that's out.
Just not because
could
of
you hold
eating,
your could you hold,
shitting that would.
Could you hold your breath the longest?
No. God no. I couldn't do that.
Maybe you could take the most nut taps in an hour.
Maybe I could. Something stupid like that. Like
that'd be a lot of taps.
You have to have a machine for it. That would just go like
a machine.
You know, perfectly timed the recoil of the nut, and then each one. So it's like this.
But then if you got like famous for it, there'd be somebody that would like up it and like you'd break the record, but like for a day or two, and then somebody else would come in and up it.
I still broke it.
But then you're not known for anything.
I was the guy that did it first. Who's the guy that?
But there's obviously already a world record.
There's thousands of pilots who broke the sound barrier. Who did it first?
No fucking idea.
How the fuck do you not know who Chuck Yeager is?
Why would I know that?
Basic human knowledge, whatever.
It's not basic human knowledge, it's called common knowledge.
It's what I call basic human knowledge.
We call it common knowledge.
That's like not knowing who the Wright brothers are or who Amelia Earhart is.
Who are the Wright brothers?
You're kidding, right?
No.
You have to be joking. I can see it in your face. You have to be joking with me. I know you know who the Wright brothers are.
Where are they from?
North Carolina.
And what did they do?
They invented something really important. My job is halfway centered around the thing they invented.
Pocket pussies.
Yes. I wonder who... Well, that's a Google search that has to go on my phone now. Hold on. Hold the phone. Gotta know.
And Amelia Earhart was the one that sat in the front of the bus, right?
Nope. Not even close.
No?
Steven Shubin.
I actually, the reason I thought of pocket pussies, it was, I saw a guy that was living in the future, and he ordered a pocket pussy to keep in his car, and he would store his weed in it.
Well,
because then if he ever got pulled over, what cop is going to want to fucking stick his fingers down some fucking dude's pocket pussy to see if there's weed in there?
A weird one. But I think that's
well,
possible.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's not possible. But what are the odds? How many cops are going to be like, fuck that?
Oh, most of them.
Exactly.
I also don't think cops will really persecute you for having marijuana on you anymore.
Well, no, but this was post from like 5 years ago.
That makes sense. Yeah. Even my brothers have talked about it. They're just like they'll like take it, discard it, and tell them to get lost. Unless it's like they have enough to deal, then it's like a small issue.
That's a really fair question, Big Dick 10. Is this stream LGBT friendly?
No,
No, it's not.
no, it's not. We like them.
It's
We like them a lot.
yeah, we have nothing against anybody, but by that same right, we will make fun of anybody as well.
We'll make fun of everybody. Absolutely. Oh no.
The most interesting item in your room. Show us somebody. What is going on?
What do you mean? Most interesting item in the room. I should not pull that out. That's going to be getting me banned if I pull that bad boy out.
You're not pulling out your pocket pussy, are you?
I've always wanted to like not try it, but I don't know. Like, I'm curious.
Interesting. Well, that depends on what somebody considers interesting. I mean, just the coolest thing within arm's reach for me would be my Chicago Cubs bat beer mug.
I do like
It's made from an actual bat used by the Chicago Cubs. I got it as a Christmas present. No, we do not do nip slips.
I do nip slips all the time, actually. Just
Thomas does. Sorry.
Tell him that about that.
Oh,
My Liberty or Death patch has seen more countries than most people in the United States. As you can tell by how fucked up it is.
it's seen more than me.
Yep. It's gone with me everywhere.
All right. Well, we better get to shots before we get too deep. Yes, we've met each other a few times IRL, but we do live several states apart.
Is this still Big Dick Dan?
Nope, this is Yo Mama with a lot of A's at the end.
Oh, yo mama.
That's why I
said. I get it. I
Yeah.
love him. Or her.
Yes, we met through mutual friends playing video games online.
It's like it's very organic. And then we both decided, let's not play with that one friend anymore.
Well, it was you had a friend that knew another friend. Yeah.
Like if this was, if one of us was a girl and this was the 90s, it'd be a great love story already.
It would have been. Yes.
Oh well. Shot time, right?
Oh, that's me by far.
Oh no, it's me.
They wanted to know who has bigger tits.
I know.
Shot time. You want to go first or you want me to?
You should go first because I don't have something yet, but I will.
Okay.
Did you not have anything?
No, I did. My shot is going to go out to all the fucking shitty drivers recently. Because it's warmer out, I feel like there are way more shitty drivers. I have been cut off, fucking almost hit like 3 times in the last week by just fucking people not paying attention. So they can go fuck themselves.
Ooh, they can go fuck themselves, in fact. All right. My shot goes out to people that don't know common knowledge, like who the Wright brothers are, who Chuck Yeager is.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Fuck
it
those
together.
people.
Grow up. All right, grow up.
Grow up.
Read a book.
Read a book.
I love these little things. They're perfect. Amelia Earhart, by the way, was eaten by crabs.
That makes sense.
I think they confirmed it. I could just be spouting nonsense, but I'm like 70% sure she was eaten by crabs.
Like the vagina type ones, right?
No, like the big ones. like the
Oh,
fucking creepy ass looking ones.
like not the STD
Not
ones.
the STD, the animal, the yummy one.
Mm.
I think they're coconut crabs, and like their claws are strong enough to crack open coconuts, and they just like cut her to pieces. And
But like, you figure after the first fucking climb, you get up and fucking leave.
well, I think she was like dying of dehydration at that point. She got stranded on an island.
Ah,
They found
gotcha.
her. They assume it's her, and yeah,
Gotcha.
they found the bits of her left over. Not a lot of bits.
Yeah.
All right, world record. I think I could get
Okay.
amount of hot dogs eaten in one lifetime. I think
In one lifetime?
I think I've got a pretty good shot at that one already. I had hot dogs for dinner. Like,
That's a lot.
I typically don't go more than 3 days without eating a hot dog.
I don't know. Have you seen the story about the guy who had like an ungodly amount of Big Macs? Like he
Didn't
ate
he
like
die?
3 Big Macs a day. I would imagine.
Yeah,
But he ate like 3 fucking Big Macs a day,
that's
every day.
that's a documentary, like Super Size Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, but amount of hot dogs eaten, weighed in kilograms over a lifetime, I think I'd win. Because
I don't know.
I'm
Like
consistent, baby.
yeah, but you're gonna say you've eaten more than fucking fucking Mr. Hot Dog eating contest himself. What's his name? I can't. It's Nathan. No, it's not Nathan.
God, I hope
It's
it's
like Joe
Nathan.
something. It's not. Do you know who I'm talking about though?
No, I've never heard of a hot.
There's a dude that's broke that he's like the most well known for winning the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He's eaten like 70 hot dogs in like 10 minutes.
All right, let's look it up. Nathan's famous Patrick Bertoletti.
No, that's not it. No, that's not it.
58 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. I don't know. That might be it. Man, this motherfucker. Ooh, yeah, he gonna be dead soon. Who's Joey Chestnut? Why am I? Oh, American.
Joey Chestnut, that's who it is.
He did 55.
Okay. So he doesn't have the record for the most, but he's won the most consecutive
Weird. It's
years.
almost like you remember the first one, but not the other ones that one upped him. Interesting.
Weird.
Suddenly,
Yes.
my nut tap theory doesn't sound so crazy.
It still does.
I don't know. I feel like there's a world record out there somewhere that I could reasonably just muscle through it. Like something so unpleasant.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that like fucking very unpleasant things.
You know, the most amount of Brussels sprouts eaten in one sitting, or broccoli. You know what I mean? Something super dumb that I bet you I can get number one on.
If there's a record for it.
Then I'll start it. Boom. It's like those speedrunners who pick like games that have no titles or anything, and then just play it normally, and they have the fastest speed for like fucking Cooking Mama 14 on the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now that... Well, no, you're not very good at video games. You couldn't do
Oh,
that.
I'm not. Oh, I'm not actually.
No.
Yeah, no, it's gone away.
I know.
It's embarrassing. I will say, it's been really nice playing Minecraft with your sons. I actually have kind of a blast with that.
Yeah, they're obsessed with it now.
Listen, they're your kids, so they're like you're with them all the time. But to me, they're fucking hilarious. Like they make me laugh the whole time.
Well, but now it's all I hear about.
Well, yeah, because it's something that they did with you, and it's bet you it's something he's gonna remember. Both of them.
Yeah. Well, right now we're building shields in the garage, so they should remember that.
That's dope as fuck too. Are you gonna put rivets in it to make it more sturdy?
I don't know yet. I don't know how deep we're gonna go with it.
Go deep. Do it. Go all the way. I still have a memory of when my grandpa made me a go-kart from a lawnmower engine.
Yeah.
You know, just I think it was a lawnmower engine, maybe it's something other kind of engine. But yeah, like, and we still have the fucking go-kart. Like, just those little things that someone does for you that you think is super dope. Holds on to it.
Yeah, see, I'd like to do something like that. build them a fucking badass dune buggy or something.
That would be cool.
But no, they were playing. I made them when they were real young. I made them like cardboard shields, and then we just duct taped the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And then I made them like pool noodle swords with wood underneath. And they've broken all those since then. They're just pretty demolished. So I was like, well, let's make some more styrofoam.
Age appropriate ones.
Yeah. So, and I had a bunch of scrap wood.
A pallet you could. Now you got me thinking I should make shields for my nephews.
That's what I made them out of, was pallets.
I need your advice. I got something. At my unit, so a lot of the times there's like this mass email of giving shit away, right? And we received an email, and it was for a 3D printer. So it went dibs within 5 seconds, dibs. So I now own a 3D printer.
What kind of a 3D printer?
It is.
There's a lot of 3D
It is called. I have it right here. I took a picture of it. I'm just gonna look it up. It is called a Dremel Digilab.
I can't see that.
Yeah, it's like it's a case, so it won't make things super big.
Yeah.
But like, what should I make?
There's so much shit you can make.
I was just thinking about making like a bunch of tiny black dicks.
You could do that.
Just like a fuck ton of tiny black dicks.
And do what with them?
Scatter them.
Just post them all over your room?
Oh, yes, my room, of course.
Yeah, I figured that way you see what you like in the morning, see what you like before you go to bed.
So when we go on missions and stuff, I'll usually slip things into people's luggage, like rubber ducks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But imagine just putting a bunch of dicks in people's bags.
Yeah.
Be funny. I don't know.
It would be.
You're not laughing.
Well, I mean, it's not happening to me.
That's true. I won't send you dicks. You have kids. It's just inappropriate. Not until the youngest one is at least like 12, so that he can appreciate the joke.
So here's a funny question for you. My kids were at the playground playing today, which is at their school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the oldest calls me, and there's some girls that are like 3 or 4 years older than them that are being mean to all the kids and like making fun of them and trying to get kids to fight. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it?
Yeah. Just call them fat and ugly and that they should throw up so they lose weight, and the problem solves itself after that.
I mean, and I'm just kind of like, okay. I'm like, so it's a huge playground. I'm like, go to the other side of the playground, tell them to leave you the fuck alone, or fucking deal with it. I don't know what you want me to tell you
I
here.
like what I said. Go on.
And he didn't like that answer. So then they stayed up there for a while, and I cruised by on my bike just to make sure that,
Mm-hmm.
which they were all like, the kids were standing 20 feet from them. So I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing? Or what, there was a group of like 5 or 6 of my son's friends and like 5 or 6 of these girls. And I'm like, you guys are standing over by them. Of course they're going to be making fun of you and shit. Like,
He doesn't know.
then my wife asked him, I told her about it, and she's like, well, what did you guys do? What were you doing? And they're like, well, we roasted them. And I'm like, that's apparently the cool thing, is to say that you roasted somebody.
Gotcha.
That's how you say that you talk shit.
To girls.
And of course they used they used, pretty cheesy, like, you're on the seafood diet. When you seafood, you eat it. And things like that.
Good one. I like that. I like that one. I think that's pretty good.
I gave it to him.
Credit for that one. I don't know if you should have taken credit for it though. I like it, but
I
yeesh.
don't care.
I mean, that's just part of growing
Well, but
up.
then my wife's like, why didn't you go up there? And I'm like, and do what? Yell at a bunch of 14-year-old girls? Like,
I'm not going anywhere near 14-year-old girls ever.
well, and I'm like, and if anything, that's going to make it even worse.
Yes.
Because the next time they go up there, they're going to be like, oh, are you going to call your dad to come up and protect you? Because that's what I'd fucking do.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you just, I mean, you could say what I said, but tell them to walk away.
Well, yeah, or walk away, or I mean, there's plenty of things that you could say to him.
Oh, yeah. But it's because, I mean, he's at that age where,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the younger son was with all of his friends, and they were up there, and
they give a
I
fuck.
mean, it's just, I don't know. And apparently they were making fun of my youngest son for his eye.
Oh, that's a sore spot for the big brother.
And I told the youngest son, I was like, if anybody ever makes fun of your eye, you know what you say to him? I said, you tell him, God had to give me this eye like this, because otherwise I would have been so good looking, I would have made you look like dog shit.
I mean, yeah, building confidence in it. That's smart.
You know?
It's just, I mean, I remember discovering girls as a young lad. It's always negative at first.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just like, I don't know what you guys are so worried about. Like, if you're really that bothered by it, leave the school.
Yeah.
And the playground was huge. I mean, it's 2 football fields.
It's their equivalent of like blood feuds, That's the drama that they get to have.
Yeah.
So let them enjoy it.
Exactly.
As long as no one starts throwing
Well, yeah.
punches, it's fine.
I wouldn't even care if they were throwing punches. Then later on tonight, after we went out for supper, we get home, and all of a sudden I'm in the garage doing shit, and they both come flying out. They're like, we're going to JFK. I'm like, okay, go. I'm like, why are you going up there? Somebody threw one of their friends down. We're going to go beat some kid's ass. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah. Have fun.
I'm not going to stop you until the cops get called until,
because there's no one's going to beat anybody's actual ass.
Exactly.
Not in today's age. Not anymore.
No.
So they're showing up. It's like they're calling their bannerman, the Lord of the Street, yes, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kids in the hood.
Kids in the hood. Now, like when, I was a kid, we actually did get into fights.
Mm-hmm.
And even then,
I'm sure there will be.
I was on the tail end of being allowed to get into fights. You get suspended. It's immediate expulsion, right? Like you're done. One fight,
No.
That's what I've seen.
No. Like it's been in this year was the first year my oldest hasn't been in a fight.
I love that.
And I think it's because nobody wanted to fuck with him
He
anymore.
intimidates the kids now. You put him in
He
wrestling.
really does.
You should. Yeah, he's a big kid too.
Which, I mean, there's kids that are definitely bigger than him.
I bet you they're not as in shape.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
There's a couple that are a lot taller, though. I was really surprised. There was one that was almost my height.
Damn.
As a 5th grader. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. All right. I mean, we had a really tall kid at that age. But he was black, so that's why he was tall. Any more from the chat?
No, they must have left.
Oh, probably. I'm surprised they came in the first place.
There was 3 of them.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe we'll be on a TikTok reel for somebody.
Maybe.
I don't care. I do have a work complaint.
Okay.
And I know this is going to be like a super common thing for a lot of people, where someone comes into your workplace that's new and they have a lot of experience somewhere else, so they try to change everything when you've got your systems in place and like your stuff is set and you're operating smoothly, and then they try to like make things better and everything starts going to shit. And it's been happening constantly. I will admit, I've had a couple good ideas that I've implemented. Absolutely gave them credit. Like, this was a great idea. Put it up, put their name on it, right? Like, this was awesome. And then, but 90% of it's been shit.
Well, that's, you implement what you think will work. And if it doesn't work, you fucking go back to what you had. I mean, and the biggest thing is just being open to change, and optimizing. And sometimes getting fresh eyes on something,
I'm open to change.
They might have found a better way to do it.
I'm open to it for the most part, but they're just some ideas that are just, it's, for me, it's a regression. It's going backwards.
Yeah.
Like they want to go back to paper forms. And I'm like, no, we have the computers. Why would we even fucking do that?
Yeah. And I would explain that to them.
It's getting harder and harder for me to have the patience to sit them down and explain it to them in a not mean way.
Why do you have to be nice about it?
Because they're a higher rank than me.
Oh.
I have a story for you offline too, and hopefully will make you laugh.
Then, unfortunately, sometimes you're going to go back to doing shit the wrong way. They're higher ranked.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what it's been like a lot of the times. I'm just like, okay. And then not saying I told you so takes all of every ounce of me.
You can say I told you so.
No, you can get in trouble for that too.
Well, don't say I told you so. Be like, hey, this is why we had switched into this process that we were using.
Yeah. Oh, it's just it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, but it's fine.
See, I have a lot of the different issues to where we've got people who have been in their job for 10 to 15 years and we're implementing new ways to do things and adding like improved ways to make their jobs easier, but they refuse to make the changes.
I get that. You know how long it takes for me to update my iPhone?
Well, I did an update today.
I'm pretty sure I'm behind by like 3 iOSs. And it's a new phone.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. And that's so weird because I love change. I'm all about change and moving and, doing new things. But there's some things I'm just like, nah, why bother?
I don't know. It makes my job a lot more difficult at work when people don't do things the new and improved way.
That's fair. Love your shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
I really, really think you need to start He Who Fights with Monsters.
Maybe.
I'll pay for it.
You don't have to do that.
I'll pay. I think you'd really enjoy it.
All right. I got one for you. I was talking to my kids about this earlier today because Mega Millions has reached $189 million.
Okay. Good amount of money.
And I don't want generic answers like invest. And if you're going to say things, I want specifics.
Okay.
So if you won the lottery, let's say you bought a Mega Millions ticket and you won $189 million, and we're going to take into account taxes and everything. So let's say you get a check for $100 million. What are some things that you would do with the money?
Pay off all of my parents' loans for everything that they have.
Again, don't want generic things like that.
That's
everybody's gonna pay off families' debts.
No. It's just my parents, and giving them like a lump sum of like 10 mil to disseminate amongst the siblings. Right, like do with this, make generational wealth. Do whatever you want with it. Take my.
But you're gonna take the responsibility off of you and make your parents deal with it.
Damn
okay,
right.
Gotcha.
And because they'll take it because I paid off all their bills. It might be more than 10 mil. It just depends on the amount of money given. It's a percentage, like a 10-20% they get, right?
Okay.
Take a portion of it, buy myself a fuck off big piece of land in Wyoming, Montana, or Washington. Beautiful.
What are specifics about the land?
I need water, electricity, Wi-Fi.
What kind of water? Like plumbing? Water?
Yes.
Because you can get water anywhere.
No, I need plumbing.
It might cost you money.
I'm talking.
But what I'm saying is you can get water plumbed to anywhere. I want specifics on the land that you want to buy. Because you can buy fucking desert flatland in Wyoming.
No. I want to have nice rolling hills where you could like raise animals if you want, raise crops if you want. Obviously, this like season dictating. But I want just this big fuck off plot of land. Now, obviously not thousands of acres because that's not enough money for thousands of acres. It's just not. 100 mil is for like quality land like that where you can get plumbing, electricity, and Wi-Fi being the big restrictor for it. So I want at minimum.
Right, you can get fucking Starlink.
Starlink sucks. I want like gaming Wi-Fi because I have my hobbies. So like anywhere between 200 to 500 acres specifically. Those my minimum, my max. So I'd have to shop around. Okay. I want some woods and I want plains, right? Like I want a mixture. I want to be able to hunt. I want to be able to grow, build myself a nice house, a modest house though, not like a super big mansion or whatever. I don't need that many rooms. Just a nice house. Let's say ranch home, 4-bed, 3-bath, really nice outdoor area and a pool. And then after that, I would find the local college. So that also dictates where the land is, right? I don't just want to go to the land and fuck off. Find the local med school, right, for the state. Be near that and get my medical degree, my medical license as a doctor. And then find the small town that's attached to my land, right? And become the local physician for that town and do everything at a reduced rate for the people that live there and build the community and like make things better and stuff like that. That's what I would do with my wealth. I have my selfish needs, which is I'm still going to play video games. I'm still going to do my thing. But it's also like I want to build up a town to be just a little bit better. Selfish and selfless at the same time.
Okay.
I have it planned out. I got the specifics, and I don't have a specific on states. I just want the Pacific Northwest. I like the terrain up there. I like the wildlife. You know, I want to be able to kill a bear from my front porch if it comes to it.
Well, hopefully not from your front porch. You want the bears quite a ways away.
Well, I mean, a good shot, but yeah, but I don't want a Lamborghini. I don't want a cruise or this overseas vacation. I don't want like all of these crazy things. I don't want a toilet made of gold. I just want a big fuck off plot of land near a place where I can go to medical school, or at least just like fund myself to medical school and then move there and then move to the small town and be the physician and die at like 98 as the family doctor for everyone in the town.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my only priority at that point would be becoming a doctor for like 8 years. You know, that's it. That's all I got to worry about.
Be cool.
I had it ready. What about you? What would you do?
I also would buy a fuck off piece of land, but it would have to have, like, I would probably go like closer to the Black Hills or something like that.
Okay.
Because I do want plains, but I would also like to be like in some mountain-ish areas.
Mm-hmm. I can get that.
Just for hunting purposes and hiking, and you know, there's a lot of fun you can have doing stuff like that.
Well, I'm fuck off rich, so I can go get a lease.
But I would also, I would build. I was kind of thinking about it tonight. I'd probably build like a barn dominium.
Yeah, pretty popular.
And I like the big vaulted ceilings. Like I'd have like one half that would be open, where like a lot of people turn them to like half shop, half house.
Mm-hmm.
I would have one side that would be all house. I mean, and it would have like a huge living room, a huge fucking kitchen, several bedrooms, and then in the center there'd be like a big outdoor patio area with an outdoor grill, a fire pit, all sorts of shit like that. Probably have like a retractable roof, so that way if it gets too hot, you can put the sun up, or if it's raining. But if it's nice out, you can also have it closed. On the other side, I would have like a huge fucking shop, and I would have woodworking tools, I would have razors, I'd have dirt bikes for the kids, I'd have fucking boat, like all that fun shit.
Oh, I didn't even think about stuff like that. Yeah.
And I'd have that all for that, and then I'd have connecting. I would also have spots for anybody who wanted to build a house. Like I would have like a compound. Like I'd have my like area, but I would designate spots for anybody that wanted to come and build a house on the land.
It's smart. We've talked on the podcast about building compounds.
And then I would say probably about 10 to 15 miles away, I would build the most badass campground. And I would build a lazy river, and I'd have fucking cool spots for people to come stay, and I'd maybe do like concerts at it, and just make this badass fucking campground. And that would be my job, is taking care of the campground, making sure shit runs, having concerts, having shit to do for families. Might even build like a huge lazy river, but have it be like almost like a natural. Like if I could find like a creek or a river and have it naturally feed into it, and then like create it though for people to raft and float on, and I mean it would cost. You're talking $10 to $20 million.
Just for the water. To redirect water like that?
Probably not. No, it wouldn't cost that much.
You're right, it cost me 10 mil and a shovel. I'll get it done.
A shovel? Fuck you! I'm buying a fucking excavator. But and then I would just that would be my life is like we would fucking do cool shit. We'd ride razors. We'd fucking build shit in the wood shop. We would run the campground. Um, and obviously I'd invest. Like I said, I don't want to go into the boring shit that you're gonna do because you'd invest a ton, set aside. Like I did the math. If I set aside like $1 million for each one of my kids into like a 401k, by the time they hit 60, it would be worth like $30 million.
Oh, yeah.
And so that would then set them up to have,
the most badass retirement ever.
Exactly. And be able to do what they wanted and enjoy their life.
You're giving them all that. I'm sure they'll enjoy their life regardless.
Yeah. And hopefully they'll build barndominiums by me. And
what would you do with school for them though? If that happened tomorrow and you moved in a year from now?
Honestly, I'd probably do like online schooling for them.
Yeah.
If they wanted to go to school, I'd let them go to school somewhere.
That's Elon Musk, what he does with his kids,
Yeah, he's actually got a program that you can sign up for that
program,
he does.
Apparently.
Yeah, and so there's plenty of things that if I don't have to worry about working, like it's been said that the actual amount of work that kids do in a school day is about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it sucks.
For that kind of money, I could hire a fucking tutor.
Yeah, which is what the rich do. Rich people do.
2.5, 3 hours a day. And then we could go fucking live our lives the rest of the time. And I'd probably bring in fucking, if they wanted to get better at wrestling, I bring in a wrestling coach for them.
What's that dude that just went to college that you were really excited about?
Bo Bassett?
Yeah, bring in Bo Bassett with that kind of money. Bring in Bo Bassett for a few weeks.
Yeah. No, I'd have somebody that would come in and like train them like daily for like several years. If it's something that they're into, I said, maybe it's just a strength and conditioning coach because they want to be better at football. Whatever they want to do, Or my oldest is maybe he just wants to fucking learn shit and get into science and become a fucking astrophysicist. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Or he has talked about being a geologist, Whatever their fucking heart's desire.
I do be liking rocks. I get it. I like rocks.
Have you seen that one guy on Kill Tony?
No. I don't know what that is.
No? You don't know what Kill Tony is? He's a guy that does he brings up like 4 or 5 comedians and then they do bucket draws. So everybody in the audience who wants to can put their name in, and if their name gets drawn, they get to go up on stage and do 60 seconds of live comedy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then, there's one guy that comes up. He's kind of become a regular on there, and he's like one of the first ones. He's like, "I'm not retarded or nothing, but I like rocks."
I like rocks. I got one in my. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Cam something.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that big Latina that had her like success story start from there?
Oh yeah, yeah. And Rosie O'Donnell was like, "Hey, I'm doing 6 shows in Florida. Will you open for me?"
Yeah,
yeah.
That's how that industry works,
Yeah, exactly.
Bert Kreischer was selling tickets in New York for years.
Yeah,
it is what it is. And I will say, I'm starting to like Bert less and less.
Yeah, he's kind of become a one-trick pony.
Yeah, which that's fair. The less I like Bert, the more I like Tom. His humor is just a little more in depth for me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It's weird. You know who I love though? Old Jamie Foxx videos.
Oh,
Those are fucking funny.
Fox was funny.
Or old who was Doctor Doolittle?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, old Eddie Murphy ones are really funny too. Because like for me, I grew up with Eddie Murphy being like the family friendly comedian, right? Like Doctor
Oh
Doolittle
yeah.
doing all that, and then I recently watched him do stand up, and then Harlem Nights, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, it was insane.
You should go watch Eddie Murphy Raw.
I don't know if I can. I think that might ruin things for me. Or even
There's a lot of really good old comics.
who was I feel so bad for not remembering his name right now. I'll blame the beatbox, but the genie from Aladdin, like Mrs.
Robin
Doubtfire.
Williams?
Yeah, Robin Williams has great old content.
Yeah.
I love the crude humor. The it's funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Did you ever listen to George Carlin? Mm-mm. Oh, he was a funny motherfucker.
You know,
You should listen to George Carlin if you're ever bored.
and as a kid, I loved George Lopez. I loved him, right? I watched his show. I watched his stand-up. Me and my family would all the time. And then he got so political for a while there. He just got so political, and I stopped. Like I was over him.
Well, did you ever hear what happened with, remember a guy you used to know by the name of Carlos Mencia?
I do know what happened to Carlos Mencia. He was stealing jokes, and Joe Rogan called him out.
Joe Rogan actually got fucking like banned from a comedy club in New York because of him.
Yep.
Like they chose
that club
Carlos Mencia's side.
Horrible, horrible decision.
Yeah.
I'd say Joe Rogan is one of the most famous people on the planet right now. On the planet, not just
for sure.
Not like in the United States, like on the planet. Just.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I do love the Joe Rogan experience. I get a big kick out of it. I also get a big kick out of that he's so small, but he could kill me with one hand.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, no, yeah, I love his stuff. I love how he'll just have anyone on. But all these comics, you know, I've been deep diving into it, and even like Tom Segura and Bert talked about Diddy before all of the things happened, and they were like, "Oh, you don't fuck with him. Like, if you like, don't party with him, don't make fun of him, like, don't talk about him. Leave P Diddy out of every like conversation ever." And that was like a year before all this stuff happened.
Really? I didn't know that.
That was on a bear, two bears, one cave.
Yeah, they don't even do that much anymore.
No, because they have their own, and then they do other stuff, and they're. I mean, it did what it needed to do, and they needed money during COVID. And
yeah,
did you see what Bert's wife did?
No, what'd she do?
So he has been like, his popularity goes like this, right? Like he's very up and down, and so when he's up, she takes his money and buys houses. She's a realtor. She buys houses.
Okay.
And it's been happening for like 6 years now, I think. And like at the peak when he had the movie come out, she bought a shit ton of houses. And so now if he tanks, right, like if he just falls off comedy, they make enough money in investment properties to be like set in their lifestyle for the rest of their lives.
I believe it. Yeah.
I fucking you know, lady from
Georgia. Along those lines, you know who Rob Gronkowski is?
That sounds familiar.
He was a tight end for the New England Patriots at the same time as Aaron Hernandez, actually. Him and Aaron Hernandez were drafted at the same time. Gronk.
Yeah. I know Gronk, yeah.
He played for Tampa. I saw a podcast with him on it. He has never spent $1 of all of his NFL earnings. And he played a lot of seasons in the NFL and made a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
He has lived off of his endorsement deals.
I mean, good, honestly.
I mean, like he's the guy that everybody makes fun of for being the big party guy. And he is. He's a big party guy, you know, kind of dumb, you know, but obviously he listened to the right people.
Yeah, and that's all it takes. You know, a lot of these professional athletes, they're not getting put into these bullshit ass degrees anymore, like political science and all these things, right? They're not getting thrown there. They're getting thrown into business classes that they have to go to, and it's making a difference. I do foresee the future businessmen in like 10 years are going to be all professional athletes. for us. They're not going to be affluent people. They're going to be just, I was really good at football and I made some good investments.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Do you know how many businesses Shaq owns?
Oh, so many.
He owns so much shit.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
It's crazy.
You have that much money. Don't sit on it. Use it.
Yeah. Well, especially using it in, a fucking Papa John's or,
Chick-fil-A.
there's so many of those. Yeah.
Even the
So many of those franchises.
Even the fucking dad from The Blind Side.
Huh?
He doesn't have a job. He just owns a bunch of chain restaurants.
Well, he has a job. He manages all that shit.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a specialty. He's not a doctor or a lawyer or,
Yeah.
He just runs businesses. And that's honestly what it takes.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know. I wish. It's just the startup capital.
I know. That's why I wish you moved here and we could start our fucking Mexican Spuds truck.
Oh, God, that would be... I don't think that would be as successful as you think it would be.
I think it would be.
I think it would be moderately. I think it would be like comfortably successful. Maybe make like 120 a year between the two of us. So 60 each.
You never know.
But we'd have to open restaurants and then get branding and,
Well, and then start a franchise and sell it to other people.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Can't change the recipes. I got my recipes, all right. In my perfect world, I would have a maid. Like a team of maids, right? I don't think I'd ever have a butler.
You don't want a dude there?
Not even that. I don't know. If I had a butler, he had to be like a homie. You know what I mean? Not a servant, like just a friend who just helps me out.
Would you have topless maids?
No, probably not.
Pussy.
Would you have topless maids, Matt? Hold on.
Fuck yeah.
Hold on. Would you have topless maids, Matt?
Yes.
I wish we could clip that. Yeah, no, if I had a butler, like, he'd have to be my friend. He'd be an assistant. Someone who organizes my life, but not a butler.
See, I would just have like somebody who came in and like took care of all my shit. Like they'd make like $100,000 a year. No, it wouldn't be an assistant, but they would like take care of maintenance on the razors and the boats and things like that. Like they would almost be like they would be like almost like a farmhand or a ranch hand.
Yeah, that sounds like an executive assistant. That's what they do. They take care of your daily life.
No. An executive assistant like schedules appointments and like gets you coffee and makes sure you're at where you need to be when you need to be, has your schedule, sets up appointments for you, sets up dinner reservations. That's an executive assistant.
So it sounds like you need a redneckian assistant.
Which is also known as a ranch hand.
But ranch hands work with animals. You don't have animals.
I don't want them fucking scheduling. I don't need somebody to make dinners and stuff for me or schedule restaurants.
I would never have a private chef. I'll die.
No.
I don't know. I like cooking too much. I would definitely, if I get enough money...
I would have somebody that would do the dishes.
Ooh, yeah, that's part of the maid work. But I would definitely like get these chefs that I'm like really into, these YouTube chefs that I really like, and pay for them to come out and to cook together. I would do that.
You could make it. They could do a bit on their show and like come, and then you might not even have to pay them. Maybe they'll pay you.
Maybe. It'd be fun. Like Joshua Wiseman, Binging with Babish, Hero Foods. They're funnily enough, I was talking to a buddy of mine. We're the same age, and he was around for Epic Mealtime. I don't know if you know who they are.
Nope.
They were a group of Canadians when they were fucking cool as shit, right?
You lost me.
They were like jacked, and they would make just ridiculous foods, right? Like a 15-pound hamburger, and they'd eat it on the camera, right? And they just did stupid things like that. Go to McDonald's and order fucking 55 Big Macs and compress it into one Big Mac, like just stupid stuff. And as a kid, I loved it, right? It was hilarious. It was awesome. But I've realized that they're done. The past like 5 years, 10 years, they haven't posted anything because popularity's gone, you know?
You know who else is done? Outdoor Boys.
I did see that. And I respect his decision to do that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can't fault somebody for
No.
not wanting all the popularity.
For his family. Not for him, for his family. Like, he specifically said,
Oh, yeah.
you know. And I don't know if you've ever watched any of his, like, long blogs. Like, when he went and took his kids to Alaska. It's like a 4-hour video. It's a long one. And I'll throw it on the background, right? Like, just, that's what I like to listen to. And, like, he'll go someplace new that has a lot of outdoorsy stuff, but he'll always go to church. He'll bring his kids with him. He meets a family there. They invite them to dinner. And, like, it's always just this big fellowship thing. It's so cool. You know, he was doing really cool things. I'm bummed out because, like, he was a very wholesome creator who is now just gone.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. I mean, it's a bummer.
Ruined by people.
Kind of. I mean, if I had seen him in the wild, I definitely would have been like, oh, hey, love your stuff.
Yeah. You would have been cool about it. Like, not go up and, like,
I wouldn't ask for a
be
picture
intrusive.
or anything.
Yeah.
I'd wait for him to be like, have a moment and be like,
Is
love
it
your
just
stuff.
me, or do you find getting autographs? I find getting autographs
It's weird.
super fucking weird.
It's so weird.
Like, or like taking pictures with people. Like, unless somebody is like, holy shit, I'm fucking super, like, I don't even know if I'd want to go get a picture with like Pierce Brown.
I'd get a picture with Pierce Brown, but I would get a picture with very specific actors and people I find really awesome. Like, I would, Thor, I'm fine.
Chris Hemsworth.
Fine.
Yeah, I'd see him. I'd be like, oh, dude, that's fucking Chris Hemsworth. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, be like, hey, love your stuff. And that's it. Neil Patrick
Yeah.
Harris, have a good day. Pierce, I'd get a picture with Pierce.
I could see that.
It depends on my level of love for that content. And I guess that's the crux of it, right? People love content and differently. So, like, another person I would love a fucking picture with, Stephen King. I'd love a picture with Stephen King. I read his books since I was a kid. Dean Koontz. Those are, I mean, they're authors, but like an actor, the guy from Chuck. He's
Oh yeah, and
yeah, he's Shazam now.
yeah,
I would definitely get a picture with him.
and he played Kurt Russell in The Underdog.
He did.
Not Kurt Russell,
Not Kurt
Kurt Warner.
But like people that I've like have.
I might get Kurt Russell's picture.
Everyone. I think everyone. And Tom
He
Cruise.
was fucking Wyatt Earp.
Fuck Tom Cruise.
Fuck Tom Cruise.
You know, these Tom Holland. Ooh, that's on the fence for me. I don't know. He's been a wiener lately, but I do like Spider-Man. You know what? Andrew Garfield. I'd do an Andrew Garfield picture.
Miles Teller.
I'd suck Miles Teller's dick given the opportunity. Ooh, I love Miles Teller. He's awesome. He's the shit for me.
I might have to if it was Josh Brolin.
Ooh, Josh Brolin. Really?
I really like Josh Brolin.
And everyone has that person that they really like. For me, it's also like Dean from Supernatural. He's actually in Austin. I've met him a couple times. Haven't got a picture yet. I've been too afraid to ask. But, you know, everyone has their people that they're just, you know.
Yeah.
And that's okay. To a point. I mean, if they're just trying to go out to dinner, fucking leave them alone.
Yeah.
You know?
What's one thing that everybody else finds like raves about that you don't like? If you want, I'll give you my example. So my example that everybody fucking loves and I really can't fucking stand is s'mores.
That's a fair one.
I fucking do not like s'mores.
I think it's too much chocolate.
It could be no chocolate. I think they're gooey, they're messy, they fucking don't taste that great. There's way better desserts out there. Like, nothing about a s'mores is that enjoyable to me.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with mine since I was a kid.
Okay,
You might not like this answer.
that's fine.
And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'll eat it every time, right? Like you wrap something in it, I'll eat it, right? Whatever. I could always do without it. Bacon.
I can see that.
Like it's
My
just.
youngest doesn't like bacon.
I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It tastes good. It's just I don't get the hype for it. Like period.
I would agree with you on that.
Like it's
Although,
good. I
you know,
guess.
you know when I absolutely love bacon? When I'm camping.
So when people
And
like
the
s'mores, you
reason,
like bacon. Okay, go on.
but no, it's during the day because you get up at a campground and everybody's always fucking cooking bacon, and that's all you fucking smell
That is true.
is cooked bacon, and I smell it like because I don't usually eat breakfast, so
Me
I
neither.
don't eat a lot of bacon. But when I'm at a campground and I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I walk out of my camper and all I smell is people cooking bacon, I'm like, I want fucking bacon now. Other than that, like the rest of the year, couldn't care any less.
Right.
Like
It's just
if we're making breakfast burritos, I'd rather have a sausage breakfast burrito.
absolutely.
Like, yeah, for sure. But for some reason, every time I'm camping and I smell bacon, like I've learned now, like we used to not bring any bacon camping because I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna make breakfast.
Yeah.
Nope, I have to make breakfast because I want to make bacon.
You also do have a Blackstone. That helps. But
I have two Blackstones,
ooh, sorry.
neither of
Sorry.
which are actually name brand.
Oh, who cares? It's a griddle. It's a big fucking griddle. It all works the same.
Uh I've come to learn that the reason that Blackstones are more money is because they've thought of a lot of the other shit that you come to find out that you want on a griddle after the fact.
Okay.
Just sometimes things are worth the more money.
Yeah, yeah. I'd rather have like a hibachi style grill. Whatever brand they use, I'll take that.
That's the same thing as a Blackstone.
But the fire's different. Like the propane in it is like that. Where the
Oh,
Blackstones are.
I I talked to a guy this weekend who has one that's got different shutoff valves. So if he wants, like normally they just go like straight across and there's four that you can turn on and off. He said that he can turn off half of it. So just the bottom half will be warm or like cooking and the top half will be heating or like a warming area. And I'm like, well, that's fucking smart.
That is super smart. I like that. I like that a lot.
So,
I don't know.
like I said, I guess the thing that I've realized with mine is like, yeah, I went on the cheaper side when I bought mine. I found, the most economical one, but with the stuff that I wanted. And now looking back, like after using other people's and seeing other people's, like Blackstones come with a lid. Sometimes for some things, it's nice to have a lid.
It is.
If you're making certain things, it's nice to have that option.
Yeah.
And, where your grease drains, where, just certain things are very nice to have.
Agreed.
And it's almost like Blackstone thought of all the problems that I'm having with mine and then solved them,
Ahead of
but just
time.
charged more money for them.
I mean, and then they have their brand, right? Like, that's what
They
really
do
does it.
definitely have their brand.
And because I don't call a griddle, I call it a Blackstone at this point. And
Exactly.
that's how I know they got me.
Yeah, it's a flat top griddle, but it's a Blackstone. So. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time.
It is.
So I would like to thank all of you so much, especially Big Dick 10 and Ballsmaster 69 and whoever else came by with phallic names for stopping by. You guys were great, and I appreciate the contribution to the conversation, specifically asking about the most interesting thing in our rooms. If you'd like to reach out to us, of course, on all our social medias, it's all Sammy's and Beer Podcast. Only one in existence. That's kind of cool. Trademarked, I guess. Not really. Matt, any final words?
You gotta lick it before you stick it.
You don't. Not if you do a good job. So anyways, we'll be back here next Wednesday. Better than ever. Toodles.